Ludus lovers of fighting spirit wrestling, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Ludus Maximus, the second anniversary, was one heck of a show and a great way for me to return to the realm of fighting spirit wrestling. The show kicked off with Joel Maximo in the ring announcing to the crowd that Angel Ortiz and Mike Drastic, who were collectively known as EYFBO, I'm not sure how those initials actually were, but announced that both men will no longer be among fighting spirit wrestling. Joel then brings out Homicide, who was scheduled to challenge Angel Ortiz for the heavyweight championship. Eventually, Homicide takes the microphone, and I forgot what he was about to say to the crowd, but eventually the Elites, Joey Tell and Jorge Santi come out, and they were looking to double-team Homicide until the Machine, Sam Shields, made the save, which set up a match for later in the show. Now, at this time, I want to apologize to any names I may screw up on here, or names I didn't get. But the match is kicked off with Spider defeating Joey. Didn't quite get his last name. I know he came out wearing a plaid kilt a la Roddy Piper. Fans were kind of digging that matchup, and during that matchup, the FSW 2 Club was in full effect. The second matchup saw Ian Aldwin, I don't know if that is his name, maybe that's what's on his shirt, he defeated Jay George. Jay George came out, and the fans were chanting Bruno Mars due to the hat he was wearing, and also he was going to tell jokes to the crowd, and then the fans didn't want to hear that, and then eventually he was going to dance, and all of a sudden Fandango's music started, and some people started fandangoing. But Ian Aldwin, I am impressed. He's a beast in the ring, and he came out to Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, a very cool tune. And I believe he put Jay George away with a tag mission, the Kata Hajime, knowing, or Beavis and Butthead would probably have said, he used a chokehold. He used a chokehold. I'm not trying to repeat what Beavis had said when former President Bill Clinton visited a high school, but again, I digress. Next matchup, my very first look at Murphy's Law, Little Dan and Kid Christian, as they defeated Mario, Joseph, and Panic. Very good matchup, and I think I can come up, I have a nice slogan for them. Murphy's Law will always prevail. That could be a nice idea for a t-shirt, eh, Papa Murph? Next matchup, we saw top shelf Troy Nelson of the Elite take on the Greek god Papa Don. Troy Nelson managed to get the win because Papa Don was disqualified for using a bottle of Greek liquor. I'm not sure what the name of it was, but referee Ozzy thought Papa Don used it because he saw the bottle in his hand. Sadly, Troy Nelson's still undefeated. People were chanting bottom shelf at Troy. Then in the 5-star special, representing Omega Black, Greg Jones and Malice Oceans defeated Man of Steel, Mike Verna, Hakeem Ali, and Cholo. Again, I apologize if I'm getting these names wrong, but that was a hot 5-way matchup, and which is like, I guess, the specialty of FSW, Ludus, what have you. And it was a hot crowd for the show. I don't know if people came for certain wrestlers or because everybody wanted to see this new place for the first time. So at that point, they had gone to intermission. I noticed Ring Fever was in attendance. After intermission, the next match was set to be Michael only against somebody, and his opponent scheduled for the show. He came out, attacked Michael from behind, and the match never got underway. From there, the Snot, Rude Boy Riley, and I forgot who the other guy is. It wasn't Chris Rex. He was outside. They managed to defeat the Hit Squad to retain the tag team title when Manslaughter, who was standing in the aisle, came out and was standing in the aisle with his huge machete knife, distracting the Hit Squad, namely Mafia, and eventually they rolled up Mafia for the pin. And I guess Manslaughter now part of the Snot, Scumbag Nation of today. Then in a great tag team matchup, the SAT, Joel and Will Maximo, defeated the Beaver Boys, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Great tag team matchup there. And I liked what I saw in that one. From there, the Hit Squad come out, and they're pissed about losing to the Snot earlier in the show. Eventually, the SAT come to the ring, and Hit Squad put out a challenge for Immortals Holiday 3 on Friday, December 13th, for a TLC match with the Hit Squad, the SAT, Omega Black, and the tag team champions, the Snot. The Snot eventually came out. Suntan from Omega Black came out, and pretty much, that they all pretty much accepted the offer and idea. Then in a great four-way matchup, the Machine Sam Shields defeated Homicide, Jorge Santi, and Joey Tell to win the vacant FSW Heavyweight Championship. Very good matchup, and Sam Shields, congratulations, man. You definitely deserved it. And then, at that point, I thought that was the main event. However, the final match went on last as we saw Whiplash, not the He-Man character, defeat Talon in a tables match to retain the FSW Primero Championship. Very hectic match, and turned out Whiplash's father was sitting right behind me for this event throughout the show, and definitely a lot of great stuff came out of this show, and FSW, Ludus, you guys have definitely stepped up in the year plus I've been gone from the shows, and it was great to see the new place for the first time, and wow. It was great to see, great seeing Melissa, Nicole, Kenny, Mike Nicholas, Stephen Ross, Billy. Surprised that, Joel was outside at the time I arrived at the building with Daniel Murphy, a.k.a. Papa Murph, father of Murphy's Law. Elena, very surprised. I don't know if you lit up like a Christmas tree when you noticed me. And at the point, giving me a big hug, welcoming me back after being gone a year plus. One quote during the Whiplash Talon matchup, somebody said, "Hurry up! I want to go to Burger King." I don't know who that guy was. It was great eating at Kentucky Fried Chicken before the show, and yes, KFC, they still do chicken right, and still finger licking good. Of course, next Saturday, the Ludus presents Jerry Lynn Appreciation Night. That should be a pretty good show. Immortals Holiday 3, I don't know if that's the FSW answer to WrestleMania. And it's taking place Friday, December 13th, which is 6 days before my birthday. Great seeing Eric L. Cooper, William Fiora. It definitely was a great event, and glad I made it out there. Boy. Man, again, this was a great show, and really liked what I saw. And Elena, Joel, any word on if you're going to have shows in November? I'd like to know the dates. But that's pretty much going to do it from here. And fighting spirit never dies.